All right, so let's take a look at some of the problems by elimination. So remember, whenever we use elimination, we're looking for opposites. So here we go. We're happy because these are opposites. So these will cancel out, right? Because when you add them together, it becomes 0. When I add this, it's 6y. Careful when you're adding negatives. They're both negative, so my final answer is going to be negative, and just add the numbers together. Now it's just as easy as solving that. Right? Don't forget we have to substitute it back into the original. I'm going to plug it into that one. Oops, negative 4x. Let me write it again. Negative 4x minus 2 times negative 6 equals negative 12. Negative 4x plus 12 equals negative 12. Minus 12 from both sides. It's going to be negative 24. Careful, right? And then divide by negative 4. So x equals 6. So my point is 6, negative 6. Make sure the numbers go in the right order. All right, try this one. Let's see what you got. This is going to go away. So now we end up with 10y equals, remember I'm adding these together. Divide by 10, y equals negative 1. I'm going to substitute that back into one of them. Remember it's y, so I got to plug it in for y. So we have 4x equals negative 8. Oh, 4x plus negative 8 equals 20. I'm going to add 8 to the other side. I guess I should write that. So this becomes 28. Divide by 4, x equals 7. So 7, negative 1. Okay. Next one. Right, even though there's no number visible, the number there is a 1, right? And they're opposites, so I'm happy. They go away. So this is going to be 3x equals 10, 20, 30. Divide by 3, x equals 10. I'm going to substitute it into there. So I've got 10 minus y equals 11. Notice I plugged it in for x. Minus 10 from both sides, equals 1. Now I want y, not negative y, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. And this just becomes opposite inside. Now we have 10, comma, negative 1. Remember, alphabetical order, x, comma, 1. Try that one. So opposites, so this is 9y equals negative 9. Divide by 9, y equals negative 1. Substitute that back in there. Negative 6x plus 5 times negative 1. Negative 6x minus 5. Add 5 to both sides. Negative 6x equals 6. Divide by negative 6. X equals negative 1. Negative 1, comma, negative 1. All right. Keep cranking along here. So this is the first time we end up with something a little different. I don't have opposites. So remember what we can do to create opposites? We're going to multiply by negative 1. So that's going to change the sign on everything. And my blue pen is lost here. So if I multiply everything by negative 1, it's going to change the sign on every part. Now I have opposites. Right? These are opposites of each other. So when I add them together, it gives me a 0. This is going to be negative 2x equals 2. Divide by negative 2, x equals negative 1. Substitute it back in there. This is negative 2. I can add 2 to the other side. That's going to be 27. Divide by 9, y equals 2. Let's try this one. Again, I don't have opposites. I can make opposites by changing the sign on every single one. I'm going to change on the bottom ones. I really haven't messed with the bottom one. So then that becomes positive, that becomes negative, that becomes positive. These go away. I have 11x equals negative 11. Lots of ones. Negative 1. I'm going to substitute that back into here. Right, x goes in with the x. Add 8. So negative 1 comma negative 8. All right. Oops. The other side of my sheet here is this one. All right, let's try this one. So this one doesn't look like it has the numbers that are the same either. So I don't have a number that's the same and I don't have opposites. So I want to make that the same and opposite. So I can either change the x or the y. When I look at it, I see that's a 5 and that's a 10. So all I need to do is multiply the top by 2. That will then become 10. But I want them opposites. So in fact, I'm going to multiply it by negative 2. If you chose to multiply the top by 7, you'll get the same answer. All right, so we'll check to see if our answers match. So this, notice how I'm going to do it. I'm going to write both of them out again. All I did was multiply the negative 2 to everything, right? Each term. And I just copied this bottom one, nothing changed. But what this has allowed me to do is add these together so I get 0. So this is negative 9y equals negative 36. Divide by negative 9, y equals 4. When I substitute it back in, I'm going to substitute it back into the original. So y is 4 minus 4 equals, minus 4. 5, divide by 5, x equals 1. All right, same thing. Try this one. This time I'm going to multiply the bottom one by 4. So that's going to be negative 4x plus 9y equals 9. See now, if I multiplied it by 4, see how that made it opposites? Just don't forget to multiply everything by 4. This is going to go away. And this is a 9. So we got to be careful. So 24 minus 9 is 15, negative. So y equals 5. Substitute it back into one of the original ones. Either one, doesn't matter. X minus 15 equals negative 6. Add 15 to both sides. X equals 5. So 9 comma 5. All right, next one. Now, I know it goes from 10 to 13, but that's okay. Something got misnumbered. Again, I need opposites, so I'm going to multiply the bottom one by 2. Again, I'm going to write it out. I'm just going to use a different color pen here. Negative 16x minus 12y equals 12. This is going to go away. Really, you just got to be careful with your positive and negative signs. So y equals negative 1. I'm going to substitute it back into, these have smaller numbers, so I'm going to choose this one. Times negative 1 equals 6. And subtract 6 from both sides. So be real careful here. That's okay if that's 0. 0 is a number, so we're going to put it there. Divide by negative 8. 0 divided by negative 8 is just 0. Let's try this one. So there's nothing I could do to get rid of the x's in one step. So I'm going to choose to get rid of the y's. Again, I'm going to multiply by 2. this is negative 12x minus 14y equals negative 20. This is going to go away. So we get negative 4x equals negative 16. Divide by negative 4, x equals 4. Substitute it back in here. And we choose this one to plug it into. Negative 24 minus 7y equals negative 10. Add 24 to both sides. That's going to be 14. Divide by negative 7. Y equals negative 2. Okay. Lots of negative signs flying around here, so be really careful with that. I'm going to multiply this by negative 4 because I want opposites. I'm hoping that that'll take care of any addition and subtraction issues. This is 4x minus 20y equals 52. This is going to go away. This is negative 35y equals, I don't want to make a mistake, so I'm going to just use the calculator right here. So negative 17 plus 52, 35. So y equals negative 1. I'm going to substitute it into there. And hopefully by now you think, it feels like I'm doing the same type of problem over and over again. You are. Right? We're practicing it. We're just getting better at it. And hopefully you're not making any addition or subtraction mistakes. That's 8. One last one. All right. I can multiply either the top one by negative 4 or the top one by negative 2 to make an opposite. Because 2 is a smaller number, I'm going to choose to multiply this by negative 2. Now notice I chose a negative because I want these signs to be opposite. This is going to be 2x plus 14y equals negative 28. This is going to go away, so I get negative 2x equals 0. Again, 0 is a number, so don't just not write it. That's a 0. I'm going to stick that back into here. Negative 0 minus 7y equals 14. Negative 7y equals 14. Divide by negative 7. Y equals negative 2. So this is 0, negative 2. And that's it.